This is a true story. I was there. But it wasn't easy, though. I really had to squeeze in to get a spot. But I was there, and I was watching. It was a pretty basic 1 a.m., and Rarity was just doing her main and feeling the piercing boredom of staying up late with nothing to do. So, naturally, she decided to go outside and scavenge the lands. This was so normal to her, crawling outside, because she has 4 legs, so she's always crawling, like a spooky horse, me smoky baby. She put her horsey snout down and sniffed the ground intensely. I wonder if I can find some sticks, Rarity thought. But of course not. The stick robber would arrest her if she had any sticks. Scratch that. Maybe I can find something super spicy for my sister to eat so I can laugh at her spicy pain. Yes, that's what she'll do. She'll find something really dumb to put in her sister's soupy soup. Screw you, Sweetie Belle. Eat pain, you fool. Rarity couldn't seem to find anything, and her gem-finding magic can't find anything but dumb gems. How useless. I hate gems, Rarity thought sadly to herself, as a sad tear dripped down to her fur, making it soaked. Ah, my fur! She was now in fury mode and kept crying, tears spewing out of her tear glands like a sprinkler, making her coat more and more soaked. I'm totally getting soaked in tears. She was so upset. This infinite chain of her crying about her coat getting wet from tears and then crying about it went on for a long time, until she learned that she can drink her own tears. However, there was no end to the sadness in her life, and she got a bad stomachache from the tears overflowing, and she couldn't keep it in. She just straight up vomited all over the place. Luckily, this stopped her crying, ending the painful cycle. Oh, Celestia, what a terrible night I've been having. I better go back inside and forget this ever happened. Besides, I need a clean Sweetie Belle soon, she spoke. She walked back to the front of the boutique until she noticed something serious. Seriously wrong, more like. A bone. A femur of some kind laying on the dirty ground. Rarity went over and looked at it. Like, really, she really dug her face up in there, sniffing the shit out of it. A bone, she thought with a raised eyebrow. How peculiar. She picked up the bone with her teeth and then dropped it, realizing that she could just levitate it. She smacked herself in the face for being so silly. Smack, 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 she went, smacking her sexy self for being such a sticky comb. And she was gonna go back inside, until she noticed some pony in the distance coming closer to her. Drop it, the masculine voice said, demanding that she drop the bone. She was frozen in fear, realizing who this was. The stick robber. A 12-foot-tall beast of a pony, thicker muscles than even Big Mac. He wore a black suit, and his mane was very long with a sticky kind of gunk. This monster was well known for creeping out in the night and stealing any pony who dares pick up sticks. He was a complex character, with a complex history all over Equestria. Equestria was his. He was free. He was the truth. He was the stick robber. Rarity knew this and was scared. And then she realized something. This wasn't a stick. This was a femur. A bone. Mister, I know who you are. And this isn't a stick, you see. This is a bone, she said firmly, letting him know who's boss. Shut up, you skank. I'm not the stick robber anymore, he corrected loudly. I'm taking bony ponies now. Ponies who take bones, like you. He continued his explanation. Yeah, it all started one peaceful afternoon. I was just doing the laundry, washing all the sticks I stole that night, when I ran out of water. He was almost in tears by this point, and I just couldn't take it. I knew that my existence was almost entirely pointless. All I do is kidnap ponies with sticks and let them live in my house. Where was he going with this? And I decided that enough was enough. I had my chance and I failed. I almost killed myself at one point with a Ratatouille box set, but I recovered. And I decided that I was no longer going to take ponies with sticks, but instead take ponies with bones. Slimy, tender bones. And you're my first victim. The fear returned to Rarity. The bone robber. Was this Joker serious? Well, no. Rarity was being brave here. I won't give you my bones. This is my bone, and I found it, fool. What? You dare stand up to me? he screamed in his annoying voice. I am the Lord! Ya! No, you're just a stupid, bone-stealing, protein-guzzling fool. Rarity was really putting her money where her mouth was. And just like that, the bone robber sprung into action and sprinted at her. Rarity didn't know what to do, so she dropped the bone, and just like that, picked up the bone robber, and just threw him a million miles away. Don't worry, he's okay. She picked up her bone and went to the boutique. And Sweetie Belle was watching, shaving silently, feeling disgust at what she was seeing. How could her sister do this? This was just the beginning, however. Wow, what a story, huh? Anyway, let's get back to it. So yeah, man, Rarity was just walking back to the boutique. She sat on her back haunches contemplating what had just happened. She had just defeated a level 85 boss all by herself in mortal hoof-to-hoof combat. Wow, and without the elements of harmony too. Twilight Sparkle rolled in her grave. Not really, she was still alive by this point. She just rolled in her bed. But not because of Rarity's accomplishment. She just rolled in her bed. It doesn't have to be complicated. And the bone? Rarity levitated the bone to the shelf of interesting items and placed it down. On her shelf was the bone, a cup, and a dog biscuit. How classy, she thought, patting herself on the back for having such a fine treasure. Now Rarity couldn't sleep because the adrenaline of battle was still coursing through her bloody veins. So naturally, she took a large bowl and just poured a shit ton of sunflower seeds in it and started eating them, spitting the shells in a separate bowl. Now you see, this is how Rarity keeps her stunning, tasty figure, by eating super tasty, super healthy seeds, just like a real bonobo. This went on for pure eons, eating seeds as a pastime activity. Oh, the toxicity in her body that was just being flushed out by the pureness of the seeds. How great. Rarity went into the bathroom, put on a little makeup to fade away the shakeup that had just happened outside. Wait, did I leave my keys upon the table? Rarity wondered. No, I'm just creating another fable, she concluded. Oh, Celestia, why have you forsaken me? With bad memory, she added. Once she finished eating her seeds, she went down to the bathroom and took her daily dump. It had been a whopping 2 years since her last, but she didn't flush, as she knew Scootaloo would get it. That sneaky filly, crawling around town like a spooky filly me smoky baby. Stealing pony poo was Scoot's night hobby. She had good intentions, despite every pony thinking she was dumb and smelly. For you see, Scoots knew what was to happen in the future. A pterodactyl the size of Manhattan itself was going to swoop down and gobble up all the little ponies. Scootaloo was the only filly in Equestria with anti-pterodactyl undergarments, so she was safe. With her stolen dumps, she was to clone every pony from the dump's DNA, creating new life, new air. Smell that air! Oh, Celestia, I love you, Scootaloo. Your intention's so pure, I can hardly resist your tangy barbecue flavor. Just like the classic McRib. Oh, baby. So, yeah, Rarity took a dookie and walked back into the main room of the boutique, instantly regretting not drinking Publix brand drinking water. A naked, shaved Sweetie Belle was in the middle of the room, giving Rarity a look of pure hatred. Sweetie Belle, what has ever happened to you? Rarity gasped. I am Sweetie Bone! Sweetie Bone screamed in an unusually raunchy masculine voice. Sweetie Belle jumped in the air like a turtle and snatched Rarity's prized bone right off its shelf. Don't take my hot bone, Rarity demanded. No, Sweetie Bone said softly. This is it. This is my time to show you just how smelly I can... But before she could finish, Rarity turned into an alicorn and spat all those seeds she ate earlier at Sweetie Bone, just like a pea shooter on crack. No, this isn't happening, you fool, Sweetie Bone screamed. But it was too late. Sweetie Bone was dead. Rarity the alicorn of sunflower seeds, I guess that's what she was, mourned her sister's death and decided that it was all the Bone's fault. Oh, confound you, Bone. You have caused the death of so many. It's time. And just like that, she gobbled up the bone, the fin, and it fucked.